This is the recommendation to receive and file action minutes of the Planning Commission meeting of October 21st, and this was pulled by Councilmember Fangary.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I pulled this item relating to, I think it's section C in the minutes, semi-annual review and report on conditional use permit compliance for on-sale alcoholic beverage establishments citywide. And I pulled this for two reasons. One is I have concerns about the minutes and the lack thereof as far as information. The only reason I raised this issue because I went back and watched this city council meeting. Turns out that this item of discussion that's included here on essentially what appears to be a paragraph lasted almost 2 hours. There was significant discussion by all commissioners. There was at least, I think, 6 or 7 people that came to speak about it. All of them are either operators of restaurants or bars in our city, or at least one lawyer that represents one of the restaurants or bars of our city. There were discussions specifically on 3 restaurants and bars that were evaluated for, considered for, conditional use, potential revocation. So the bottom line is significant discussion over a 2-hour, almost a 2-hour period on issues that we have had several significant discussions here at the council. So the first point is I'm concerned that the minutes that are provided by the Planning Commission staff doesn't give us any of that information. I can't tell anything that I just said from these minutes. It doesn't tell me who testified, didn't tell me what they talked about, didn't tell me about an actual attorney coming in and addressing the Planning Commission. There's also specific issues regarding assaults in these establishments, issues regarding serving underage customers with alcohol. None of that stuff in this minutes. So the only reason, again, I got to watch this is somebody alerted me to all this stuff. So the first item of potential discussion for my colleagues is I really think it does us here a service and a benefit to have these minutes include more information, more details, so that we can do a better job of evaluating what of these items that we could pull and evaluate and discuss and I guess we can appeal it. Is that the process, or I guess a decision by the Planning Commission, if we don't agree with it, we can pull it here and evaluate it if we want to change it. But with these minutes, it becomes very difficult to do that. And then the second reason for bringing it up is based on what I just mentioned, is whether or not we want to have this discussion here. There are 3 different bars that were identified initially for potential hearing. Of the 3, I believe, based on evaluations by the police chief, 2 of them were eliminated and was left with 1, which is, I think, the Hermosa Saloon. And that issue was continued for consideration for the police chief to discuss these issues with him. But there are significant issues that were raised. Again, there are issues that we discuss here, and so I'm raising it for my colleagues to evaluate whether or not this is something that's worthy of us to either schedule a meeting for, or have a discussion, or have a staff report. I know, Tom, your staff has left for the evening, but I think you said that you're prepared to address this and answer questions that we may have. It just concerns me that we, based on this report, we have what appears to me as a lack of information for us to be able to act on because of the limitedness or the lack of the minutes. And then secondly, the issues that were raised at the Planning Commission meeting are of significant concern for us based on previous meetings that we've had here, that I wanted to raise it to you to evaluate whether or not it's worthy for further discussion. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.